If you're planning to live in Europe, it is important to have the idea about the cost of living and the cheapest places to live in. Lots of European countries are pricey, but it is possible to find budget-friendly places as well. Take a look at these top 10 cheapest cities in Europe 2023. 10. Budapest. Budapest is often hailed as one of the most affordable cities to visit in Europe, and it's easy to see why. From its stunning architecture to its rich culture, there's plenty to see and do without breaking the bank. Accommodation is reasonably priced, and there are plenty of budget-friendly restaurants serving up delicious Hungarian cuisine. Transportation is also very affordable, making it easy to get around the city. Best of all, Budapest is home to world-class museums and galleries, many of which offer free or discounted admission. If you're a history and architecture lover, you'll be awestruck by the Hungarian Parliament building and Buda Castle. Both of these iconic buildings are absolutely massive and watch over the scenic waterfront below. Another must-see sight in town is the Halászbástia, Fisherman's Bastion. This fortress was built in the late 19th century to embody the neo-Romanesque style. It resembles more of a fairy tale castle than one built for practical or strategic use. 9. Tallinn. If you're looking for an incredibly affordable European city with a fairy tale vibe, look no further than Tallinn. This medieval city is straight out of a storybook, and it's one of the most budget-friendly destinations in Europe. Rent is relatively low, and you can get by on a modest budget. Transportation costs are also very reasonable, and there are plenty of free or low-cost things to do in the city. Since Tallinn is such a small city, most attractions are within walking distance from each other, and many of the best things to see and do, like exploring Tumpia Hill or wandering through the Old Town, are completely free. Of course, your exact cost of living will depend on your lifestyle and spending habits, but overall, Tallinn is a very affordable place to live. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you'll get notified when we upload the next video. 8. Prague. If you're looking for an affordable European city with a rich history and culture, look no further than Prague. The Czech capital is filled with beautiful architecture, amazing food, and friendly locals. The cost of living in Prague is very reasonable when compared to other Central European cities. For example, you can easily find a one-bedroom apartment in the city center for under $700 a month. And if you're looking for a cheap meal, head to one of Prague's many beer gardens. You can get a traditional, delicious Czech meal for less than $10. Its reputation as Stag Party Central may have hiked up the cost of a trip to Prague in recent years. In fact, according to Euromonitor International, it's now Europe's 5th most visited destinations, but there's still plenty to do in the city of 100 spires without spending a fortune. While hotspots like the Old Town Square and Wenceslas Square are a must on any visitor's itinerary, much more wallet-friendly food and drink, including its legendary cheap beer, can be found away from Prague's historic center in the neighborhoods like Hip Žižkov. 7. Krakow. Krakow is the second biggest city in Poland and one of the cheapest cities in Europe. It rivals the medieval charm of Prague, yet doesn't draw the same crowds. Poland is one of the most affordable countries in Europe, and its medieval city of Krakow is no exception. The city has everything you could want in a European destination: stunning architecture, a rich history, and a vibrant nightlife scene. Although it's become more popular in recent years, Krakow is still relatively inexpensive compared to other European cities. You can find plenty of affordable but still very nice apartments, and meals will only set you back around $10 per day. Plus, there are plenty of free activities to enjoy, including walking tours of the Old Town and visiting Wawel Castle. Krakow is also very walkable, so you won't need to spend any money on public transport to get around. 6. Athens. This is a cheap European city with a fascinating story. Athens is an open-air museum with a history that spans millennia. As the capital of ancient and modern Greece, Athens is home to some of the world's oldest temples, statues, and monuments. It's one of the cheapest European cities to fly into and visit in 2023. Accommodation in Athens is particularly good value, with plenty of small, family-run, and boutique bedrooms. Top sites in Athens include the Acropolis, Temple of Zeus, and Agora. The Acropolis, an ancient citadel that sits atop a stone outcrop, contains several historically significant monuments, including the Parthenon, Temple of Athena, Nike, and Erechtheion. The city is also home to the Panathinaik Stadium, which was the main venue for the Olympic Games held in 1896 and 2004. 5. Belgrade. If you're looking for an affordable city to move to in Europe, Belgrade is a great option. The cost of living is relatively low, and there are plenty of activities to keep you busy. This vibrant city offers a wide range of activities to suit all interests. For history buffs, there are several museums and galleries to explore, as well as a number of architectural landmarks. If you're more interested in the outdoors, why not take a stroll through one of the city's many parks, or go for a bike ride along the river? The city is also well connected with frequent flights to other European destinations. As an added bonus, Belgrade is home to some of the best nightlife in the world. 4. Warsaw. Warsaw is one of the cheapest places to travel in Europe, with super affordable souvenirs and cultural experiences that won't break the bank. It's easy to explore the city without spending a lot of money, whether you're staying for a week-long vacation or just passing through. Aside from cheap hotels, flights, and restaurant meals, transportation is also surprisingly economical throughout Poland. Whether you're using public transport or taking a taxi, costs can be kept low while discovering all the stunning attractions Warsaw has to offer. Lastly, there are plenty of free activities in Warsaw too, such as taking walking tours and visiting historical sites. Visitors to the beautiful city can learn more about Polish culture without spending a penny. 3. Sofia. Weird and wonderful, city and country, old and new, you can travel miles and centuries in Sofia without even leaving the city limits. And for pennies. What are you doing, caught in the tourist traps of the more in-your-face European capitals when you could be here? Sofia really is the queen of low-cost city breaks. Sofia, nestled in the heart of western Bulgaria, against the backdrop of the majestic Vitosha mountain, may be one of Europe's cheapest capitals to visit, but that by no means makes it a second-rate destination. The city, one of Europe's oldest, is home to a rich history, from the medieval Bojana Church to the even older rotunda of St. George dating back to the 4th century. For tourists who like to travel in style, there are plenty of affordable multi-starred hotels alongside many inexpensive yet upscale restaurants serving classic, authentic Bulgarian cuisine. Food, public transport, accommodation, entrance fees, everything is as cheap as it gets. The only thing which is not cheap are flights from other major cities, which is also the reason why Sofia is not a more popular tourist destination. 2. Bucharest. Bucharest is often overlooked as a destination for budget-minded travelers, but the Romanian capital is actually a great place to live on a tight budget. Bucharest has a rich history and culture, and it's filled with charming streets and beautiful parks, and thanks to a growing economy, the cost of living in Bucharest has decreased significantly in recent years. You can find a one-bedroom apartment in the city center for under $600 a month. And if you want to save even more money, consider living in one of Bucharest's many outer districts. Apartments in these areas start at around $400 per month. 1. Istanbul. Istanbul is a magnificent city that straddles 2 continents, Europe and Asia. It is the largest city in Turkey and is filled with historical landmarks, great food, and friendly locals. Istanbul is a very budget-friendly city compared to other major European cities. It is relatively affordable to live in. It is also worth mentioning that due to development of the currency exchange rate, Istanbul is cheaper than in the past. The cost of living is low and there are many ways to save money, such as using public transport instead of taking taxis. Istanbul is a great city for looking for nightlife. Istanbul has plenty to offer, from hip bars to traditional Turkish pubs. Whether you're looking for history, culture, or just a great place to live, Istanbul is definitely worth considering. So, when you're planning your European tour, do let us know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed watching the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. Thanks for watching.